it's Dominique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to knit with double pointed needles. So in the first video I was casting on to my first, here it is, my first double pointed needle with 38 stitches, and I transferred some stitches over because I need a total of 114 for a hat. So divided by 3 gives me 38 stitches on each. So when you're knitting in the round, whether it be on circular needles, which, let me just grab mine here, which look like this, they're attached, which is handy. So whether you're knitting with these in a round or whether you're knitting with these, you want to make sure that the first couple of rounds you are not twisting your stitches. So to know that you're not twisting your stitches, if you're using 3 needles, it would look like a triangle. Well, I guess the top of a square or rectangle here. Folded close would be like a triangle. And where your working yarn is, you want that to your right. And you're going to take your 4th needle, or 5th if you're using a set of 4 plus a 5th one. Let's see here. You're going to just knit according to your pattern, and the pattern that I'm working on, which will be listed below in the description, the pattern requires knit 2, purl 1. So whenever you have that kind of pattern, whether it be knit 2, purl 2, or knit 2, purl 3, anything like that, it's typically a ribbing in which you're repeating the pattern all the way through. And a ribbing, it's kind of like the cuff of your sweater. If you were to stretch it out and really look at it, there would be some high bumps and then there would be some low bumps. And you know, the high bumps would be the knitted stitches and the low bumps would be the purl ones. Okay, so to get started, hold your work so that all the stitches, or I should say all the bumps, are facing inwards. So I'm just going to move some stitches in. And as you're doing your work, especially the first 2 rows are very important. You don't want them twisted about, going the wrong way, because as soon as you finish a round, you cannot fix it without undoing it or unraveling. So you have your working yarn over here. This is just the tail piece from when you first cast it on. So it's no different than regular knitting. You're just using 4 needles. So I'm going to knit 2, and I'm going to pull it fairly close because in the end this is going to be a circle for a hat. We're working from the bottom of the hat up. So I'm going to knit 2, purl 1 all the way throughout. And while doing so, you have to be incredibly careful, like I said, not to twist those stitches. I'm hoping to actually finish the hat now that I've sort of started it, but we'll see what I can commit to. So once again, just knit once, knit twice, and purl once. And just keep doing that throughout. And in the pattern, I believe you're going to keep going around and around doing your knit 2, purl 1 for 5 rows. I would have to double check, but I believe it's for 5 rows. It's on my computer in the other room. And something you might find handy to have so you know how many times you've gone around and what part of the round you're in is to have a marker, and I don't have one handy with me, but a marker for knitting is typically just like a small kind of ring. If you have any little washers, you could use one of those, or a safety pin and just transfer it over, and it just marks which round you're on, so you know where you're at, how many rounds you've done, and to know how many rounds you've done, you would just count from the bottom up how many stitches there are, and you would know, oh, okay, there's only one stitch, I'm on round 1. I will be adding the marker when I get to the end of the round. Whoops. That way I can keep track. Your local yarn shop, Walmart or Dollarama, whatever store you have around you, would carry yarn markers. Another option is earring. If you have any loose earrings, like a hoop earrings, those would be handy. I'm just going to finish this off here. I'm just going to slide my stitches down a little bit and just make sure, once again, my stitches are all facing inwards, or my work, I should say, is all facing inwards, and then I would move on to the next one. I finished on my first knit stitch, so I'm just going to slide these, and now that it's kind of in a circle or a triangle, I'm just going to keep going. So I already did one knit stitch on my last double pointed needle I just worked. So knit, knit, purl, and I'm going to keep going. So in the next video you'll see me with a proper marker, and I'll have my 5 rows done, and we'll go from there according to the pattern. Or you can keep going with the pattern if you're comfortable enough. And yeah, so we'll see how this hat turns out, because I have quite a large head, so I don't know if this will fit me or not. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching.